welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Proverbs 25:28 tells us, "He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." In Bible times, a city's walls were one of its primary defenses against enemies, and that's a comparison set before us by this verse. Here we are in a state of warfare which calls for constant shutting out of enemies. Temptations are everywhere. Life is not a playground as much as it is a battlefield filled with grim, earnest fighting. No one does right without a struggle. The need for continual vigilance and self-control comes from the very makeup of our persons, for our nature is a kingdom, not a democracy. In us all there are passions, desires, affections, any of which may lead to vice or to virtue. All of them cry out for direction, for cultivation, and often for repression. All of them need to be under control. You see, each of us receives an undeveloped self, filled with traits and characteristics that can be polished into brilliant diamonds or debased into shame and heartbreak. Besides all this, we all carry in us tendencies which are positively and only sinful. There'd be no temptation if there were no such. Even a small inward glance clearly points out that not only what in us needs to be controlled, but that in us which is meant to control. The will is supreme. Conscience is meant to govern the will, and its echo is but the echo of God's law. But while all this is true, it is too sadly true that the accomplishment of this ideal is impossible by our own strength. Our own sad experience tells us that we cannot govern ourselves, and our observations of our brethren but too surely indicate that they too are the prey of rebellious, dark powers within, and of temptations against a rush of which they and we too often are likely to face the black bitterness of failure. Conscience has a voice but no hands. It can speak, but if its voice fails, it cannot hold us back. No one can alone completely control his own nature. No one, unenlightened by God, has a clear, full view of duty, nor a clear view of himself. The walls are broken down, and the troops of the enemy loot the city. So what are we to do? And how can we possibly rise above ourselves in this vast struggle between right and wrong, which we call life? The answer is that when we know Christ, we have found the key that can unlock the secrets of knowing ourselves. When he moves into our hearts and is the self of our inner spirit, then and only then can we find the power and victory needed to control the inner man. As Paul has it, the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. He who submits himself to Christ is Lord of himself as none else are. He has a light within which teaches him what is sin. He has a love within which puts out the flame of temptation. He has a motive to resist. He has power for resistance. He has hope in resisting. This is the only way by which walls that the yielding to temptation with its resulting sins can be rebuilt. And as Christ builds our city on firmer foundations, he will appear in his glory and will lay the windows in agates and all thy borders in precious stones. The sure way to bring our ruined earth without form and void into an ordered world of light and beauty is to open our spirit for the Spirit of God to brood upon the face of our waters. So salvation through Jesus Christ can help a soul rebuild the walls of his life, thereby permitting purity and safety within. But there will yet be a host of enemies without, and defense must be daily maintained. We Christians have the blessed privilege to look beyond this mortal combat to the city, the gates of which are never closed. Jesus has told us he's gone to prepare a place for us. He said, "Where I am, there ye may be." This world, after all, is only a training ground for another higher life. It is here we have opportunity to build character, prove our love to the Master. He's promised to create a new world where so shall we ever be with the Lord. Have you talked to him today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.